Welcome to the hour. Thank you for being on time. Maybe others will join us. I don't know, but we'll welcome them as they pop in. But let's begin to honor our time. So, those of you who knew me from before many years, I've been with a group of women, and we really try to honor our physiology of our female bodies with the oxytocin breath. So, I'm going to begin and demonstrate just inhaling and without tensing, allowing a breath. We don't even need to take it, just allow it. And then on the exhale, I breathe out a ha. So I breathe in ah, all the way down below the belly button. Just let it go down your vagus nerve and wake up and relax all the parts of you that are inside, and let's allow a breath together, inhaling and and one more. And that one, this time we can even add a mental or emotional tone of pleasure. So the more pleasure you give your body, then the more it can relax, because it can't be in pleasure and fight, flight, or freeze at the same time. So allow a breath in and with pleasure. Ah. Oh, I always like that. It really calms me down. And so I'm going to introduce myself, and then where I'm from, and a word or quality that I want to bring forward on this call. So I am Sushila Mertens, and I'm from the original lands of the Nisenan people that now is called Nevada City, California. And I want to bring in the word relax. And I will call on Evie.
Thank you, Evie from Anacortes. And I would like to bring in the quality of understanding. And I will pass this on to Marielle.
I'm Marielle. I'm close to Montreal. I will bring the quality of cleanliness. And
again?
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness. Okay.
Yes. I'll pass it on to Janelle.
Hi, ladies. I'm Janelle, and I'm on the Big Island of Hawaii. And the word that I'm going to be bringing in is inspired action. And I call on Lynn.
Thanks, Janelle. I apologize for blowing my nose. I got in a sneezing fit, so hopefully it's done. I'm Lynn, and I live in the Marina District of Des Moines, Washington. And I want to call in the quality of respect. And I will call on Arlie.
Hi, I'm Arlie in New Zealand, and I would like to call in the quality of wisdom, and I will call on Sue.
Thank you, Arlie. I am Sue. I'm in Washington, and I'm bringing in kindness. And I think we're back to you, Sushila.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Feels like we're all here. You can feel the circling through us, through the internet, through all time and space. So we're going to do a little time traveling today. Thank you for all taking the time to be with us. And I don't know, did everybody see the message from Sharon and her update? No? Well, they're working on their protocols, and she did say, we can add to that if we would like. You could probably have one in your email if you want to check it out later. And I haven't been on these calls in the last few years, so I'm a little rusty. So when she sent all the links to the protocols, I went and re-looked at the links, and it reminds me of how many tools we have in our toolkit. And from this group, from many groups, and then how much I can forget and not use the tools. So I did find I want to bring in some of the tools from this collective, and then I have a brief meditate visualization creation exercise that I want to share with you all, and then see what develops and what we need to share with each other. So that's about how we'll go today. And every time I need an oxytocin breath and allow one, just feel free to join me, because it relaxes me for sure. And I noticed I have a rash, and sometimes I get rashes either because it's the poison oak on the cats or my nervous system is going crazy. And I think with the elections and things, I think my nervous system's going a little bonkers. So I need extra oxytocin until it goes away. And it will go away because I'm not scratching. So yeah. Oh. And I might add that besides the pleasure oxytocin in the belly, the higher up, higher heart one has a signature you can use of surrender. So when things sometimes are also overwhelming, instead of a long, pleasurable ha, I just allow a surrender ha, which just kind of lets God do its goddess do their guidance over me. or maybe I open up more to the guidance. It's always there. So I'm just gonna do a oh. Oh. Okay. So um in the sacred ground community and the reality shifts, uh I do believe there is no time and space. So we can shift forward, we can shift backward, it's all happening at once in my humble experience. And so if we could take a moment, maybe if you needed a statement today or something. So I picked one for myself, and feel free to use it or pick another one. But my reality statement is I am now centered, relaxed, and cleared to focus. Ah. So I'll give everybody a chance to write something down. Mhm. You can always make it longer later. We want something a little bit shorter, so I'm going to wrap you up in the next 10 seconds. Try to wrap up your statement. And then we're going to speak our statements. I'm going to mute myself as well, and you speak your statement into the air, to the cosmos. And then we'll say to our causal spiritual team, if you know, you all know these by heart probably, so I'm going to read it. Please align every aspect of my consciousness and the consciousness and all to whom I am loving, connected to this chosen reality and experience. Now, to our causal spiritual team, to deep six every energy imprint that would sabotage or prevent this reality and experience, whether the beginning was galactic, group, genetic, personal, inherited, contractual, outsider, or other created. I call to the causal spiritual teams of all in this field. I and all the Galactic Council Collective declare all contracts made to manifest outsiders' energies for its identification and removal is complete. The shift to outsider extinction in our living biofield is complete. Ask your spiritual team to create the programs for the highest expression of this reality and download the codes into the first dimension of my earth fields, anchor them into the fifth dimension, and activate the resonance into the entire 64-dimensional energy fields of our galactic families. It is so. So as the protocol reminds us, we can do this whenever we need it by taking 5 minutes periodically or as we drift off to sleep, and imagine ourselves in this reality, whatever you wrote down, and give it all the color, the smell, the shape, the sound, all those different sensory elements to make it real in the field. So does anybody want to say anything about their statement or anything about this process and any kind of expansion on it? I do feel like I'm talking to the most experienced. Just
Sushila,
raise your hand. Yeah.
I think it's a great process, and I'd love to hear other people's statements. I've been listening to a channeler by the name of Lee Harris, and he typically does a monthly update, and I like some of the words that he shared for March. I may have changed it a bit. I embrace the light and the power that's gently transforming me and those to whom I'm connected to in love for the good. Thank you.
I would second that request, that it would be, if you want to share your statement, that would also enhance our field.
I can share. Mine is, I am present, grounded, and open to give and receive love.
Mine is I am that I am connected with the universal laws of harmony.
Mine is my life is new, and all that I need and desire comes to me easily and quickly.
I can go. My life is abundant and flows with synchronicities.
I think we're early. Yeah, no, nothing. Okay. Did you want to go? No, okay. All right. Well, thank you. That I just added, they all are good. I want to say them all and ripple that out. Oh, okay. Well, the other thing that I revisited was the brain balance, because I mean, anybody here a regular brain balance person? I, I bow to you. It is such a valuable tool, and I've forgotten to use it for a long time now. So I was doing it for a while and forgot. But after we do our statements, to ground them or to anchor them, uh, the process suggests, or Sharon should, suggests that we do the cross crawl. So if anybody wants to join me, but otherwise it'll just be a little review. So the cross crawl, after you say to do it, the cross crawl is you're just kind of um, you're raising your knee and tapping, so your brain is going left to right. But this actually stimulates the right hemisphere. And then the puppet is the same knee and arm swing, I believe. And that one stimulates the left hemisphere. So if you do them both, you're stimulating your left and your right hemisphere.
And
So
Sushila, my
by
understanding is
doing
that
some,
your eyes should be painting the wall left to right as you're doing the
well,
marching.
that's a second step. So if you, I was just reviewing the first part. So yeah, so as you do it, then you can sweep your eyes, paint the wall from left to right. And the other thing, there's one more thing that she said. Let's see, move the body, um, down to earth.
The
As your
chakra.
the arms go over the head later. So you can paint, and then the arms go over your head and over your head, and then bring that thought down to your body and down to the earth. And then bring it back up and into the heart. And imagine yourself in your statement. And I think basically it's just a little reminder that we can enhance our statements with the brain balance. So, and there's more with the if you're, how often you do this, if it's a simple issue or if it's very complex, then we have to do it for more than a week, or as long as it takes until we get our statement to realize in our brain consciousness. So I am all, yeah.
She also introduced, I think it was a shorter version where you cross your hands, your fingers, and you do the same with your feet. And then you circle your eyes to the right 12 times, and then to the left 12 times. If that's correct, somebody else can let me know.
That is correct. Yeah.
It takes a little bit of a minute to do the 12, I think. But worth trying or doing. And then do you switch when you turn your eyes the other way? Do you switch them that you don't go the other way?
Yeah, you do clockwise and counterclockwise.
With the eyes, but not with the
Correct, just with the eyes. Yeah.
eyes.
So you're just keeping the same hands and
Yeah.
Cooks hook up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
hook up. Good stuff. Very, very good stuff. So words to me are very important. And I thought what I would share, does anybody want to share anything more about the process or brain gym or anything that? Okay. So we'll take a little, this is a wholeness lullaby. Anybody ever hear about it? A wholeness lullaby? So for me, because my current issue right now is to be as relaxed as possible in these changing times and not to get hooked into the chaos and all the things going on. I'm not even going to name them. So when I learned this, it's like a lullaby. It is a soothing homemade lullaby intended just for you, and that if you sing this as often as you want it or need, you don't even need it, just sing it to yourself. I like to do it especially in the shower. I don't know why, but I really can belt it out in the shower. So I'll sing you my lullaby and then I'll tell you how then we'll go through the visualization if you are willing to do this. Any no's? Okay. So mine it goes like this. Nature, friends, and love, creativity, adventure, and peace. And I just sing that over and over again until I'm really calm and it works for me. So these were words that came to me in this exercise. And so if you would like to participate and create your own lullaby, if you will close your eyes and visualize yourself on a little journey, and whatever journey you would like to take to a waterfall. And as you walk to this waterfall and you're at the waterfall, we're going to go very quickly to your 90-year-old self. And as you're sitting in front of the waterfall, in your 90-year-old self, you will be connecting with all your different life stages. So as you watch the movie of your life at these various stages, you will ask yourself, what was the one thing I required to feel whole? If it's a life stage that you haven't yet experienced, you can imagine what you would require and see it from the perspective of the 90-year-old wise woman who already had that experience. So let's begin between the ages of 5 to 12 years old. As a little girl, connect with this life stage. Remain in a state of ease. If you need an oxytocin breath or any tapping or whatever you do to, if you get triggered, Please feel free to use your tools. And ask yourself this question as your little girl will respond. What was that one thing I required as a little girl to feel whole? Whatever word comes to you without searching, write it down. We're going to let our intuition or our higher self just give us that one word. Try not to evaluate it at all. And I don't want to interrupt your process, but I want to keep going. So if you're done, maybe you can just raise your hand or something. So okay, well, if there's one word just kind of flitting around in there, just write it down because we don't want to be too critical of what we're hearing. Okay. Now we're going to go from 12 to 13 to 19. When I was a teenage girl, I required what to feel whole? And now we're moving up to 20 to 30. When I was a young woman, I required to feel whole. Age 30 to 50. When I was a woman, I was required to feel whole. And growing from 50 to 80. When I was a wise woman, I required to feel whole. And ages 90 and onward, when I was the wisest woman, I required to feel whole. If you did write more than one word per age group, just circle one word because the song has 6 words in it. And you can always make your own variations again, but and when you're complete, let me know that you have your 6 words of wholeness. Not sure if you raised your hands, but yeah, let's continue. So the next thing is to take your words in the order that they were and create a little song or chant that incorporates your 6 words with a very we know some lullabies, go to sleep, ba, da, da. So it's not a rock song or anything, like it's a melodic lullaby for your nervous system, and which in turn activates your parasympathetic nervous system, boosting oxytocin and bringing your subconscious mind into a recalibrated state of wholeness. So I'm gonna take a couple minutes, and if anybody wants to sing their song and share it with us, otherwise we will move into
I
the
just have a
conversation.
question.
Yeah, question. Go ahead.
So we're only using those 6 words and we're just weaving those into a song with no other words?
Yep.
Okay.
I've seen it done both ways, but it's if you're a musician, like the simplest part was like the way I did it, that like just 6 words and you just make them go. But I've seen more complicated musicians do stuff with the words, but I think the simplest you make it, the easier it is to just be soothing. So it's more like your sound and your rhythm and your tone and how you put them,
Okay.
weave
Okay.
weave
Thank
the
you.
words, but you do it whatever. And then this is just an example, and if you want to do it again, but where I've learned was that the woman who taught us this said that your first ones are usually what you need the most. And your mind could twist it all up, but make new ones. But